I'm a corporate recruiter and I review your resumes. The resume we have up first is a backend software engineer in Python/full stack. I also review non-tech resumes as well, but tech right now is on fire and that fire is in a dumpster. So right now, most of the resumes that are sent to me are tech. So for a backend software engineer/Python full stack developer, we are not going to do that because that's actually how you fail. You don't want to do that. Software engineers need to pick a singular stack. Those stacks are Python backend, Java backend, C#.NET backend, full stack or front end. Also maybe AI engineer. Those are the 6, but the last one is very rare. So if you do not pick one of those 4 stacks and you do not tailor your resume to a singular stack, you are failed. You are immediately going to fail. There are some language agnostic roles, but they're so far few and in between. And that actually goes for non-software engineers as well, is you need to specify your resume to a job title or a niche of job titles. Niche of job titles. So I need to find for a Python software engineer, 75% of these qualifications in bullet points under a job, projects, or internship. This shows me what you did, how you did it, and the reason and result of you doing it. Will I be able to find that? Probably not. This person has a terrible ratio, which is how many applications it takes to get an interview. And anything above 1 to 50 for non-internationals is bad. So your goal should be for every 50 applications, you get a singular interview at a minimum. This is 150 plus. So this is a bad resume. So 20 seconds on the clock. Can I find for a Python software engineer? Python, SQL, Docker, Cloud, RESTful APIs, or REST APIs, Git, CI/CD, any AI, right? So agentic or full stack. You want either or. I don't know why specifically, but that is what the market dictates. And then nice to have is Fast API, Flask, or Django, and rare is ETL, Java, OAuth2, MongoDB, microservices architecture. So 25 seconds, that's the only amount of time recruiters have and hiring managers to view your resume. If I can find it in 20 seconds, you're good. If not, you fail. So let's go. Okay, degree, good. Formatting is perfect. Design and implement a server public in Kotlin using Spring Boot. PostgreSQL is fine. RESTful API is good. GCP, okay, good. OAuth, again, that's rare. 2.0, nothing. And Python, good. Playwright, no. Beautiful, no. Soup, no. And time. Okay, so I just did not find enough. Your formatting is perfect. They use my formatting. You want to use this. This is what it looks like. The link below is where you can get it. It's free. There's a little bit too much of a gap in here, but that's fine. That's like going to take you half a second. And then if you notice, there is no gap in between these. So these are all in the same line. So you need to, these should all be condensed a little bit. But a bigger problem with this is I see nothing. I need to move you forward. I saw like 30%. I need 75%. So what did you say? I've been applying to jobs since before graduation. I've had 1 technical assessment and 0 interviews. I have a resume tailored towards backend Python work, embedded system work, and full stack work with appropriate experience to work match. What? No, you don't. There's not enough here for full stack. There's not enough here for Python. That's why you need to specialize. Each resume needs to be tailored to a specific role. And the problem with this is, where is any of this stuff? Like you want to go for a Python role. Why is it that Python is all the way down here, right? Like Python should be in your first sentence. The Python should be in your first sentence. You need it. If it should be here, design and implemented Python programs using blankety 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 blank, right? Those are something that I would need. Then where is, I did see the SQL. So in fact, let me remove the things that I found, right? Found Python, I found SQL, although you put Python all the way at the bottom of the point where it almost doesn't count. Let's see, I did see cloud, but you wrote it wrong. So for GCP specifically, you don't need to do this for AWS. You want to put Google Cloud Platform and then in parentheses GCP. Otherwise, they may not know that because GCP is still, I don't want to say new, but not as, the acronyms are not as known. I did see RESTful APIs. That is good. I did not see Git. I did not see CI/CD. I did not see any AI. I did not see any full stack. I did not see any of the nice to haves. The only thing I saw from the rare list is OAuth2, which is not enough. So that's why you're failing, right? Like, is that you don't have what we need. Like, you say that this is tailored towards Python work. I see practically nothing for Python. You say it's tailored towards embedded. I don't actually have the keywords for embedded, so maybe this would be better for embedded. I'm not going to judge that one. But I don't see anything for full stack. So this stuff is, you have most likely committed the common sin that a lot of people make in writing resumes, is giving the hiring team hot dogs instead of hamburgers. So I go over this almost once a video, but let me go over it again real quick. I want you to imagine that you are hungry and you go to a restaurant. At that restaurant, you're like, hey, I want a cheeseburger with pickles. And they're like, all right, cool, cheeseburger with pickles. Order up, cheeseburger with pickles. The waiter comes back to you and hands you a hot dog. What would you think? You'd be like, what? Why? I wanted a cheeseburger with pickles. This is a hot dog with pickles. And they say, well, a hot dog is a meat sandwiched between a bun, and it also contains pickles. That implies that's what you want. You said, no, I wanted a hamburger. You would walk away. You would not buy that meal. That is the same problem here. You are implying that you've used this stuff. You are hinting that you've used your stuff. I need you to say it with your chest. I need you to say, designed and implemented a Python a Python website using TypeScript, designed a website using Python, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, TypeScript in a Google Cloud GCP environment using CI/CD, right? That alone would get you more interviews. That is how I want you to state it. But right now you're like, designed and implemented server-side programs in Kotlin using Spring Boot that maintain user assistant information, authenticated user credential, filter store data in appropriate PostgreSQL databases. Cool, that's not mostly what I'm looking for. Created a RESTful API endpoint, good, that connected to GCP's, again, Google Platform, OAuth 2.0 auth, generating a cookie resulting in a secure. I don't care that you gave me a cookie, I care that you use it for. Stop giving me hot dogs, these are hot dogs, I need hamburgers. This is why you're failing. So I need you to be very basic. And the fact is, a resume is a basic qualification document. If you try to show how good you are, if you try to show how amazing you are, you will fail. That is why a lot of software engineers are like, oh, your resume looks great. You show how cool you are. You show all these cool projects. The hiring team doesn't care, and I'm saying that even for the hiring manager. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be honest. So for whatever you do, give me the hamburgers, not hot dogs. And right now, I just don't have enough hamburgers to move you forward. That is not enough. I needed 75% of these. You gave me, what was it, like 30%? And that's not enough. And again, it's nice that you have the rare stuff, but the bigger thing is the Git, the CI/CD, the Docker, and then a little bit of AI or a little bit of full stack, and you don't have any of those. That is why you are failing. So if you ever need any more help, you can always join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And I just want to thank you all for liking, commenting, and subscribing. It really helps a small channel like me. And thank you again to my members who support this channel. You get access to videos a little bit early. You can find that in the link below. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of, I actually don't know. I think it's so they said entry-level software engineer. Again, you don't want to say that. You want to pick a stack. I looked at this resume very briefly. I think it's full stack. I don't know, but I'm going to have to judge it based on full stack. So for a full stack software engineer, what we need is degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, React or React.js, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, SQL or NoSQL, RESTful API or REST API, Cloud, any of them. Although if you put GCP, you need to put Google Cloud Platform and then in parentheses GCP for the first time. You don't need to do that for AWS. It's just weird how the market works like that. CI/CD, Git, .NET or Python or Java, and bonus points are for that stuff. So 20 seconds on the clock. So they said they have 100 to 1. I don't know if that's true or not. Let's find out. Which would mean this is a bad resume, but it's not a burn it all and start again resume. So 20 seconds. Let me get my highlighter up and start. This is a nightmare to read. No summary is needed. Where's your education? All right, good. All the way down at the bottom, but you still have it. Oh, this is hard to read. Okay, this doesn't count. Build UI cores using attendance. Nope, nothing there. It matters. Redux doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Bolded, front end size, don't care. Dashboard speed, okay, nothing here. Optimized API patterns, all right. Streamlined workflows, nothing. And time. All right, this is a bad resume, but you did at least have TypeScript and React. That alone is probably why you're getting 1 in 100. So, problems with this resume. Oh my gosh, there are so many. First off, just look at it. It's so hard to read. I got 20 seconds and this is dense. Like I need some information in your resume, but this is excessive. You basically filled this with a bunch of hot dogs, and I don't want any of the hot dogs. I want hamburgers. So remember, use this. Oh, that was the previous one. Use this formatting, right? This formatting. It should look like this. This is how it should look like. This is a nightmare to read. So first mistake you have is you have a summary section when you don't need it. There are 3 reasons and 3 reasons only that you would want a summary section. Reason 1, you are explaining a visa unless you need unless you are looking to get an approved I-40 for an H-1B, in which case you don't need that there. But you are explaining a visa. 2, you are relocating. Relocating is a red flag, so you need to prove that you're already moving to the area prior. That is how you would explain that. And third is you are changing industries, and I don't mean just graduated. I mean changing from 5 years of software engineering into being a cashier at a McDonald's, right? Hopefully that's not your career trajectory, but you would need to explain that, otherwise they would reject you. But if it's not those 3, then you do not need the summary, so your summary is irrelevant. This should be replaced with your education. Now, is the education more important than your work experience? No, it's not. But again, if you noticed, I have 20 seconds, and education is a real quick checklist, but it is a requirement. So if you just put your education up here, right, this is going to be education, just like it is up there, then I'll be able to check it off in like half a second rather than wasting 5 seconds scrolling all the way down here till I find it, which you can't even see. So, second, do not put this stuff up here. This does not count. No, you need to tell me in the bullet points, because remember, a qualification is what you did, which is a keyword, how you did it, the reason and result of you doing it, plus where you did it. And if it's not those 4 things combined, it does not count. So this little thing of tech stack up here fails because it does not show me how you did it, nor does it show me the reason or result of you doing it. All right, I cannot highlight that for some reason. There we go. The second is, again, you filled your resume with hamburgers or hot dogs, and I want hamburgers. You have attendance, join, drop, course, QA models, don't care. You have Redux, SCSS, Webpack, don't care. Nothing else here is related. You have nothing else I want down here. You have nothing I want here. You have nothing I want here, nothing I want here, nothing I want here. Absolutely nothing. You have wasted all of this space. I might want Android depending on what you are. Again, if you're a Android dev, then I would want Android. But otherwise, if you're going for a full stack, I usually wouldn't. Although sometimes the Android and mobile apps want a little bit different. So maybe Android, but I don't care about MQQT. I do care about Python. I don't care about MINO. I don't care about this. Again, you need to write me how you did it. And here we go. So your first actual good bullet point is all the way down here. Develop responsive and analytics dashboards using JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. Cool. I don't care about page load times, though. You don't want any numbers. The only numbers you should have in your resume are your dates of employment and graduation dates, if you put that, and your phone number. Otherwise, you do not want any numbers. The exception of that is if you're a manager, and I'm including like project as well, or in sales. Those people need numbers. But if you're not those, you should not have all these numbers. But yeah, if you notice, like, your entire resume has almost 0 things that I want. And this is why you are struggling, is you're filling your resume with stuff that you think is cool, that you think is really awesome and shows how good you are, but nobody cares about that. And I don't mean that in like a mean way. I just mean like it's not relevant to the job. It's not relevant to the job that you did MINO during walking test or MQTT or assignment load times. And I've never seen a single job description in my life as a recruiter or even when I was a job seeker that has ever said, ever, Let me highlight this because I think it's going to make a point. I've never seen a single sentence that has ever said that is a requirement that you need to cut redundant requests by 60% and reduce assignment load time by 40% or else you are not qualified. No job description says that. But they will say, have you used TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML? Have you talked to stakeholders? Have you architected anything? Have you used SQL? So that's all I can do for this one. Let's go to the next resume. This is a business analyst. So this is a business analyst that is in the Netherlands, but these are the qualifications for the US, so maybe slightly different. But what we need is SQL, Tableau, Power BI, the industry. I need to see that you're in the right industry. Microsoft Office, PowerPoint, Outlook, Excel, Advanced Excel, Word, Jira, SAP, requirements gathering and documentation, and influenced cross-functional from IC to stakeholders and managers, and proactively solved business problems. That is probably the most important part of all of these, is I need to see that you can talk to the janitor and the CEO and explain to them in simplified terms how to fix some of their problems in data. I don't care about the numbers you used. I don't care that you increased by 13 or decreased by 12, but I do want to know that you solved a problem proactively with data and you can speak to everybody and explain complex topics to non-technical people. And I want to know that you can do that by meeting multiple deadlines concurrently and working in Agile, Scrum, or Waterfall. So that we have 20 seconds on the clock for this. And again, I will try to avoid things that I think might be specific to the Netherlands, but again, I am a US-based recruiter, so go. All right, education is probably too long here. Then we go to here is translate complex business and operational requirements to detailed functional technical solutions. Okay, good. But you didn't tell me how you did it is a problem, or the result of it. Act as a bridge for stakeholder manager and designer, develop teams to alter customer journeys to usable, reliable technology. It's okay. Refine level of clear. Okay. This is you again. You actually forgot the keywords. So the hard part about writing bullet points is doing the how and the reason and result, but some people completely forget to write the actual keyword, which is the what. So I think that's what you did. So let me read what you wrote. I'm in the Netherlands and working. The keywords are slightly different, but more or less similar to the ones in my sheet. So my issue here, and again, partly the formatting, I want you to use this, but half of these things I don't think are related. So could a financial markets beginner's course be impactful? Yes, but like you graduated with a master's in it, no one's going to care about this. That can be deleted. Is an ISTQB cert tester needed? I actually don't know about that one. I have no idea what that is. If that's not related, then remove it. If that is something, then good, but I have no idea what that is actually. So I'm guessing you need to remove that one. I might be incorrect about that one, so you can fight me on that, and that's okay. Mechanical engineering could be useful to show technical acumen in that, and Scrum product owner is good. I don't need the scrum.org. I just need to know that it's still valid. Maybe it's different in the Netherlands, but this one's actually good. So this would remove it down to 3, which is ideal. Then we go down to here, and the problem is, oh, they're on Twitch right now. They did say it's not relevant, so they can remove it. Okay, I was right. So that was not relevant. Translate complex business and operational requirements into detailed functions and technical specifications. That part is good. And front-end, back-end service flows to support end-to-end customer journeys. The problem is, why is that important? Right? Like, I don't actually know what you do. I don't know what this company is. Is it a SaaS? Is it a software company? Is it you just fixed the website? You actually kind of forgot to tell me what the company did and you did within that company. So translating the first part is good, but this part should probably not exist. And this part, the rest of this, should be the second. Oh, that yellow is hard to read. What about blue? Is blue easy to read? Ooh, that's better. All right. This part should be the second section, the second part of this sentence. So the first sentence should be in our, I don't know what type of company. I spoke to stakeholders, used X and Y, and the reason or result of that would be by translating complex business requirements. So that's something we can fix. And then act as a bridge between stakeholders, product managers, judges, and development teams. Again, why did you do that? I don't know. You did not tell me. So refined high-level roadmaps. This could be explaining complex topics, collaborate closely. But, like, again, I don't see any SQL. I don't see Excel. I don't see Power BI. And I think most importantly is I see that you acted as a bridge, which is good. I don't see that you influenced them. Because it doesn't matter if you ask as a bridge, if the CEO is going to do something incredibly stupid, you got to tell them through data and convince them not to do it. It's like, I want to make sure our product self-destructs after one use. And you say, okay, don't do that. And they're going to be like, no, I'm the CEO. I'm going to do what I want. You say, okay, based on previous data from 13 other companies in your industry that did it, if you make your product self-destruct, you will lose the money. And you don't want that. The number go down. And they'll be like, okay, I shouldn't do that. And that's the thing I need in your resume. Because this really reads more like a project manager than anything. Like, that's my big thing, is I just don't see enough of the stuff that I need. Like the SQL, Tableau, Power BI, the Microsoft Office, the Word, the Power BI Outlook. I think I do see requirements gathering, and that's good. But again, I need to see how you influence them. You did... I will say you probably did the explain, so that's good, but I need to see that you influence them. But I don't see that you met multiple deadlines. I don't see that you did Agile, Scrum, and Waterfall. So those are the things that are holding you back. Oh, here it is all the way at the bottom. Okay, you did do Agile. That's good. We need better bullet points, but the idea is there. We just got to do more. So I'm going to help this person out on Twitch. For everybody else, next resume. This is a... Wow, my mind blanked. This is a machine learning engineer. Whew. Still not recovered from my lack of sleep. So, machine learning engineer, what we need is degree, machine learning, parentheses, ML. And that is your biggest problem. Like, almost every single machine learning engineer absolutely refuses to put the words machine learning. You know how many different things there are in AI and how particular managers are? If you've done machine learning, they will not care if they want agentic. If you've done agentic, they may not care if you want machine learning. They may not consider it the same as LLM or NLP. You need to be very, very, very specific with what you're going for. So if you're going for a machine learning engineer, I need to see in the first sentence, somewhere in the first sentence, machine learning, in parentheses, ML, blah, 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 blah. If you do not do that, you have probably already failed. That is the equivalent of a full stack, not putting TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. So, what we need is LLMs, OpenAI, any of those is fine. There's more than that. I'm not going to list all of them. I would be here for ever. MLOps, CI/CD, containerization, Kubernetes, cloud, any of them. But if you mention GCP, you need to put Google Cloud Platform, parentheses, GCP. ML frameworks, PyTorch, TensorFlow, Skibbity-learn. I understand that is scikit-learn. I will never say that right. I want Skibbity-learn. Skibbity-learn is what we want. Python, R, Cloud, ML pipelines, NLP, influencing cross-functional teams, and explaining complex topics. You need that. Your job is not just to be a tech expert. It's to explain the complicated tech stuff to people that cannot turn on their computer. I'm not making a joke about that. I'm being serious. That is part of your job. And you need to show me that you can do that. Production-grade ML systems or architecture, but systems seems to be more popular than architecture now. From start to finish, so 0 to 1. So, those are what we need. This is a stinker of a resume. It's got 150 plus to 1, so I'm assuming I'm not going to find any of that. Although it does look like they use their format, so maybe this is their updated resume and I'll find what I need. We'll see. So, 20 seconds on the clock. And go. Okay, good. Degree, good. Too much space, but whatever. Led the development, implementation of code chat, a conversational AI agent for code bases, Python LangChain. Okay, good. Use RAG pipelines for debunking. Okay, don't really care as much about that. Implemented veterinary, don't really care. GitHub is good. AWS is fine. Pinecode you already mentioned. LLM interface. Where? Okay, you don't have machine learning. There's no machine learning. All right. Applied to more than 300 companies and got only 4 interviews with no offers. I reviewed this before. All right. This is a double submittal, but whatever. You already caught me, so whatever. This may be updated. So yeah, where's the machine learning, bro? Like, I don't think I see any machine learning here, do I? Yeah, all the way at the bottom down here. Ain't nobody going to go there. Not even ML. Yeah, no. No, that's an immediate fail. You need to show that. And remember, when you write machine learning for the first time, I need you to put machine learning parentheses ML, and then you can put ML for the rest of it. So that's bad. What do you have? You do have RAG, which is good. Code chat, whatever. AI agent. I need more here. Python and LangChain is good, but I want you to put in created an AI agent using Python and LangChain and blankety blankety blank. Then RAG pipelines. I just need more, right? Like it's pretty bare bones here. There's just not enough of the stuff. Like I did see AWS, which was good. I did not see SQL. Did I see SQL? Did I miss SQL? Did I actually see SQL? No, I didn't. I did not see SQL. I did not see any ML ops. I think did I see? Yeah, no CI/CD. Again, all the way down there. Nobody's going to read that. PyTorch, anything, TensorFlow. Again, yeah, it's just there's not enough, and I don't see how you influence team. Like the only thing I found is 1 or 2 AI things like RAG and Python and LangChain. And I need more. I need more than this. Like you need 75% of this to move forward. And if they only see 30%, they're not moving you forward. Like this is why you're not getting it. Is the formatting is mostly correct. Again, there should be less space between these and a little bit of less space between this and less space between this. But the formatting is not the issue. The issue is just you don't show me that you can do a machine. You're not a machine learning engineer. You're a data scientist, but you don't even have the experience to be a data scientist. You just kind of threw in 3 separate AI things and Python and called it a day, and I need more. So that's kind of all I can do with this. There's just nothing here. Most of this resume is blank and wasted space. So add these. These are what you need, and you need to tell me how you did it and the reason and result. For the love of all that is holy, if you're a machine learning engineer, put machine learning. Next resume. This is a software engineer intern, and for a software engineer intern, we need the same thing that every single other intern needs. There is no difference between an accounting intern, a software engineer intern, an HR intern, which I actually don't know if HR interns exist, an accounting, they're all the same. All interns are the same as long as we're talking about bachelor's interns. Master's and PhD is where it differs. So what we need is 4 things and 4 things only, and most interns barely have any of those except for one. First, I need to see that you're currently enrolled in your education, right? You're an internship. Most of the time you need to be in school. I need to see that. Second, I need a basic knowledge of what is depending on your industry. For accountants, it's GAAP. For software engineers, it is language, library, SQL, cloud, maybe a smidge of AI. And that's kind of it. I need a basic understanding of your tech stack. Then I need to see that you can have the ability to work well with others. If you do not show that, you will not move forward, and that you can take direction and criticism. And that's it. Those 4 simple things are it. And I swear to you, almost no intern ever puts those in. So, 20 seconds on the clock. Will I be able to find that? No, this has a 150 ratio. So, this is a Garbo resume. Again, that doesn't mean you're garbage. It just means your resume is garbage. Your resume is not reflective on how good you are at your job. I say that as somebody who knows resumes more than anybody else. It's really not. When you start trying to say, oh, how good are they based on their resume, you end up failing because resumes are not for that. That's what the interview is for. So, 20 seconds on the clock. Can I find it? Probably not. Give me a highlighter up and go. Okay, doesn't matter. There should be 1 line, but you did have it. Technical skills sections don't count. Projects, okay, don't do that. Built a web dashboard, nothing there. Launched a public beta, don't really care about that time. Kotlin platform, cross-platform internet converting JSON KPI stories. Okay, nothing here is relevant. Nothing here is relevant. And time. Cool. Yeah, you're not getting an interview because you don't have anything I want. You filled this with hot dogs. This resume is filled to the brim with hot dogs. Okay, I'm not drawing a hot dog. I'm not that good of an art. But you filled it with a hot dog. Like, why do I care that you post log performance by 1.2 or launched a beta with 100 users and whatever, or recap generation complete? No one cares. That's not what we're looking for. You know what I do want to see? I want to see that you use JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. I want to see that you use Java. I don't see a single thing here that says you use Java. Did I see anything? Yeah, there's nothing here that would show you use Java. I don't even see JavaScript. Again, this doesn't count. Has to be in the bullet points. If it's not in the bullet points, it doesn't count. So, what your resume looks like to the hiring team and why you're getting over 150 is your resume looks like, I'm assuming that's your name, so if that's your name, that's fine, you can keep that. So then we do this, and don't care about relevant coursework, so that doesn't matter. Technical skill section doesn't matter. Your bullet points, this doesn't count, and your bullet points have nothing that is actually relevant, so nothing here is relevant, 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 nothing here is relevant. Oh my gosh, nothing is relevant at all to any of this. This is entirely irrelevant, and this doesn't count. And there we go. Hold on, we found it. Something that is actually relevant. Boom, Spring Boot and REST APIs. So that means your entire first page, besides your contact information and your education, can be safely deleted. And then I would find the only thing I found, which is that you could use Kafka and Spring Boot and REST APIs. So this is why you're struggling, is because none of this is relevant. This is filled with hot dogs. All right. Remember, I don't care if it's a hot dog. It does not matter how cool it is. This is what it looks like. This is entirely blank. None of that. I cannot spell. None is relevant. All right, relevant. None of this is. I'm terrible at writing. None of that is relevant. If it's not relevant, it does not matter. I don't care that you increase productivity by 12%. I don't care if you flip the flop the flip. I care that you could work well with others, take direction, criticism, had a basic knowledge of the tech stack, which you have failed to impart. That is what you have failed to impart. So, also, a quick note, the only ever time your coursework is relevant is if you're taking like a very particular capstone class. Sometimes those can happen, but mostly that's only going to be in your master's and PhD. Otherwise, relevant coursework is never relevant. Everybody has that. So you have submitted a blank resume to the hiring team, and that is why you're getting rejected. I need hamburgers. If it's not a hamburger, it doesn't matter. It does not matter how cool you think it is. It doesn't matter how relevant it is. It doesn't matter how much your friend or your senior engineer who's your friend who's like, this is really impressive. Oh my gosh, this shows that you know how to do a flip-flop better. Cool. Doesn't matter. Needs to be this or doesn't matter at all. So, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to be mean, and I don't want to be mean. I don't like being mean. All right? I'm not Gordon Ramsay where I'm like, it's garbage. I like being that. I don't like being mean, but I want to make sure you understand it, because this is why you can't put food on your table, is your resume looks like this, and the hiring team is moving past it, and the hiring manager too. I'm including them. They count as the hiring team. So I don't like being mean, but I do like helping people, so I'm hoping I can be cruel to be kind. And I thank you all for watching it. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And thank you for my members who are fantastic, by the way, for supporting me. You can join in the link below. You get access to videos just a little bit early. If you ever need more help, join the live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And I will see you all in the next video to help you get ahead of your job search.